Hello everybody, my name is Skylar, this is my channel Skyrockets, you're watching my 44th movie review, and today we're going to be talking about the movie Tarot. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy this description, review, and rating. After using someone else's tarot cards to read their horoscopes, Haley, Grant, Paxton, Paige, Madeline, Lucas, and Elise accidentally release an evil spirit trapped within the cursed deck of tarot cards. By having their horoscope read by Haley, each friend was given a fate that they will come face to face with. But as each friend begins to die off one after the other, the rest of the group attempts to find out how they can stop the curse and save themselves before it's too late. Before going into this movie, I was expecting it to be bad. And the reason I thought this was because I looked at the ratings and read some reviews before going into it. And everything on the ratings was either half or below. So if it was like out of 10, it'd be like 5 stars or less. If it was out of 5 stars, it was like 3 or less. So I was expecting it to be bad. And it's also a PG-13 horror film. Those type of films normally don't do well because the deaths are off-screen or not good. But surprisingly, I enjoyed this movie even with some of the flaws and stupidity I saw. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting, and the death or horror scenes were very well done in comparison to what I thought I'd see. I actually really enjoyed the death horror scenes within the movie, and some scenes even had some blood splattering, which I also wasn't expecting because I'm like, oh, PG-13 movie, it's going to be like Five Nights at Freddy's with no blood at all. But there was blood. And some scares, they were easily predictable, while others were very well executed and actually jump-worthy. Even the girl sitting to my right in the theater was jumping and squealing, and it was actually really funny. I did get a few laughs throughout the movie just because of the girl next to me. I will also point out that this movie did feel a bit sped up in the beginning, like it was just trying to get to the horror action, which I can't blame them because, you want to keep your audience entertained. But at the same time, it was noticeable, so they could have been more inconspicuous about it. But again, the main thing I loved about this movie was the death and horror scenes. That's literally just the main reason I loved it. Other than that, it was kind of like, I see why it got bad ratings. I love the backstory behind the tarot cards being cursed by a woman in the 1700s because her daughter was murdered. That's understandable, it's like a little revenge thing. It's like, okay, you cursed some cards to get revenge. Cool. It was intriguing and a good story. So I like the background on that. I will admit that the dialogue was terrible at some points and cheesy, but also good at other points in the film, where it's like, oh, that's realistic, like that would totally be said. So the dialogue was like half and half. There was not much character development or story to the characters except Haley and a little bit of development with Grant. I like Haley's background story of how she got into tarot reading. It was sad and you feel a bit sympathetic towards her because she lost her mother. And, that's basically how she got into it. I mean, it goes more in depth, but that's how I'm going to summarize it. You also see Grant, her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. I don't even know what they are in the film because it doesn't really... I mean, like, they broke up, so I don't know if they got that together during the film. But you see Grant change throughout the film and listen to her more, which she claimed was one reason they broke up earlier, is that he didn't listen to her. Other than that, the other characters didn't have a story or any development. They pretty much, just died off. I'm not going to try and spoil who lives and dies, but yeah. I will also say that some of the characters were stupid at a lot of points in the film. Let me explain all these stupid points. So, Elise, climbing up the ladder instead of calling the cops or staying in her room. In reality, I would hope that all of us would stay in our room or call the cops. Because if you're that person that goes up to the attic, I'm sorry for you. Like, good luck. But she went up to the freaking attic. Yeah. After what I saw in the movie, if I were her, I wouldn't have gone up there. Paxton saw one of his friends die on the bridge from a supernatural being. And yet, he still decides to run off on his own. He was literally with his friends, and then he's talking to them and decides to go off on his own. It's like, dude, you just saw your friend die from a supernatural being, and you know that you're probably next. Like, why not stay with your friends who can help you? It's like, what's wrong with you? And then there's Paige climbing into the chest box. It was so stupid. Like, why? I mean, I know you went in that area and there was nowhere else to go, but obviously just going in the chest box was a stupid idea. I'd rather fight the freaking supernatural being than hide in a chest box where I'm basically trapped and can get locked in. It was kind of stupid. But it did give us a good death scene. A lot of the stupid moments did lead to good death scenes, so I'm not entirely upset by them being stupid. There's also Madeline, who gets out of the freaking car and starts running when she's safer in the car with her friends. She was literally told by Haley not to run because that's what the tarot card claimed she would do. The tarot card claims that she runs from things. And so if you just do the opposite of what the tarot card says you would do, you probably would survive. But no, she ran. And Haley's like, don't run! But she ran. Her friend ran. Madeline ran. I don't know what was going through Madeline's head. I mean, I get she's like a flight person, like a flight risk, but still, like, you're with your friends. You're safer. If she wouldn't have ran, she most likely would have survived. And I'm sorry for just spoiling. I didn't realize I just spoiled that. But it's kind of obvious in the trailer. If you guys watch the trailer, there's like 2 deaths kind of shown, and it's obvious. So, yeah. That's another thing, is the trailer showed 2 deaths. So, technically, I didn't really spoil much if you saw the trailer. The acting in this film was terrible at the beginning, but improved a little bit throughout the film. I will say that Harriet Slater, who plays Haley, carried most of the film. She was still bad at the beginning, but she got better. And Aidan Bradley helped out a bit too. But even the girl from Mean Girls and the guy who plays Ned in Spider-Man, they were also having some bad acting throughout the film. And it was just like, interesting. So, yeah, the acting wasn't that great. There was good implementation and execution of music into the scene. So, you know, yay for music. Like suspenseful songs, that suspenseful moments. So that was good, you know. Hey, hint at what's about to happen, you know. The makeup and effects were really cool and creepy to look at. I feel like they did a really great job with that. Like I said, the horror scenes were my favorite because of the supernatural beings and stuff. So I did like that. No issues with editing or transitions from what I saw. There was some humor added into the film that was actually pretty funny. So, you know, there's that. But, yeah, that's all I got for the review part. Let's give this movie a rating. Overall, I give this movie 6 out of 10 stars. The humor, scares, effects, makeup, and story were commendable, but the acting and dialogue could have been better at some points, and they could have also added more character development into the film. Honestly, I would just watch it again because of the supernatural beings in it and the horror scenes. Anyway, y'all, that's it for my movie review. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you want to check out more movie reviews, you can wait till the end of this video and tap the playlist that pops up. Or you can tap on my name down below and go to the movie review playlist. But until next time, I will catch y'all with the next flick.